Hi guys, so today I want to try out this row counter that I picked up on Amazon that I picked up for my 40-pin Centro. It does not have a counter, so you can either just keep an eye out. You know, I've marked this black so that I know when that black pin is coming up, and that's 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. And you can do it that way. It's not hard to kind of just keep an eyeball, you know, when it's coming through, but it's kind of nice to just kind of crank it out and not pay attention too much. So I'll link this in the description box if you're interested. That would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. In this video, I'm just quickly going to show you how to attach it. Now, I think you do have to glue one portion on it, and I don't know that I have the kind of glue that's necessary. I was wondering if it came in here, but I don't really see anything like that in here. So it says counter for knitting machine. It does say it's compatible with pretty much all knitting machines. The only other question I have is like, where do you actually place it? Even on the ones that come with the counter, the little counters over here, it makes a clicky sound, and then the number changes when it gets here. So I don't know if this one has to be set up a certain way for it to do that, or if it's just going to make just whenever the magnet, because it's basically what it is, there's a magnet that passes through, and that's what kind of makes it go to the next number. So we have that magnet, we have this guy, and I know this guy has a little double-sided stickiness that comes with it. And don't be afraid of this stuff. A lot of times I'll be like, oh, that's kind of, you know, cheesy looking. I had ordered an automatic fish feeder that was really great on Amazon, and it came with some stickiness if you had to stick it on, if it didn't really quite fit on your aquarium. And that stuff was stayed, like it's still there. And that was, I think, well over a year now that I had picked it up. So it's still good stuff, and I suppose you could replace it if for whatever reason it gets loose. So those are the pieces. Let me see what the instruction says, because online it really doesn't have much instruction. Oh yeah, and it says it only has a reset button, so once you start going, it's just going to go, and all it has is a reset. So 1, 2, 3, you can press reset. And there it is right now. It already has a battery in there. I was wondering what this is. It's just how it looks. So if you know, you're doing your work and then you have to go do something, you don't come back till the next day, it's going to turn off, because obviously it's going to turn off. But as long as you don't press the reset button, you just start cranking, it'll just wake back up. Okay, so don't press the reset button, because if you press this button, then it's going to go back to 0. So if you have to put it aside for a little bit, just know to leave it alone, and when you start cranking, it'll just wake up, because the magnet again will come through and it'll wake it up, and it'll have kept your count from before. If it doesn't keep your count, then that's a different problem. But here we go. It says replacing a battery. And this is funny because that's already number something over here. And 1, you have your counting module, you have your sensor module, and double-sided adhesive tape. Installation of the counting module and sensor module. Apply the provided double-sided adhesive to the bottom of the counting module, then attach it to the most suitable position on the knitting machine. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't really tell you what that is. So in a way, it's not super accurate. It's just every time the magnet passes, it's going to click over. Now for me, I would like the magnet to be like in here, so I know when it does that, it's that round, that beginning or whatever, like where I want it to be. But I don't know if it actually doesn't click over. Actually, I guess we can figure that out somehow, maybe. Place the sensor module on the corresponding position on the knitting machine and secure it with AB glue as shown in the diagram. AB glue can be used. Due to transportation control issues, we're not equipped with AB glue and need to purchase it yourself. Okay, because usually they'll give you everything you need. I don't even know what AB means, so I'm just going to use some kind of jewelry glue, something good, hopefully. Usage of the counter. The counter consists of a counting module and a sensor module, blah, blah, blah. It goes from 0 to 99,999. Pressing the reset button will reset the count to 0, and then replacing a battery. It says the digits on the LCD are dim or not visible. The battery needs to be replaced, and it's just that little screw that's on top there. And yeah, so everything seems good. Remove the counting module and press the reset button on the LCD screen. I have it 0. Take the sensor out module, move up and down. Okay. Anyway, very interesting. So again, it's already fallen asleep. So that's good. It goes to sleep probably in a few minutes. I just wanted to see what happens if this is on here. So this guy passes by. Yep, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4. Ooh, now maybe I'm not going fast enough. There we go. I was gonna say it's doing 2 at a time sometimes, but you know, you can imagine if you're doing your knitting. Okay, I'm gonna leave on the 16 that it's on. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this on, and like, you know, that part is where do you prefer it? I think I'm gonna stick it over here just because the little word centro is right here and I want to be able to see everything still. So I'm gonna take whatever side wants to come off. It feels like this clear side wants to come off. You're gonna put it here. It's a little bit chilly today, so hopefully that coldness doesn't make this stickiness contract. And I want it like, if I'm doing my stuff, yeah, like here's fine. I'm getting it really close on that curve. And hopefully that's good. Oh, I pressed reset. I meant not to because I wanted to see what would happen. And then this little guy, see how it has like recesses? That's facing down. You want the magnet facing out, and you're gonna glue it to something here, right? So you can imagine if it's there. Now, for me, I'm gonna go backwards a little bit. I would want it to be maybe on 40. That's the last pin. So as it comes through, you know, then I know where this is. I don't know. That's tough. And then also we're always kind of messing around in that area, but I think that's okay. I am going to go and see if I can find some glue. I'm gonna move this over here, and I am going to, I guess, put it here because that is pin 40 and this is pin 1, right? 1 being the black one. So funny how these things are numbered. This one, I believe, in my opinion, it's just funny because as you're turning, this is 1, right? Your black 1, 2, 3, 4. But as you're turning, you're actually going 40, 39, 38 is actually what's getting the work done. I don't know. In my mind, if I'm seeing it that way, but I guess once it catches, it's going this way. Whatever, place it wherever you think is best. I'm gonna place it here because I feel like that should be the beginning and the end. If you don't really care, you know, that's fine. So that's where I'm gonna glue it. I'm gonna look for some E6000 or something. Hopefully I have some here. And if not, I gotta go to the store. I'll be right back. So I kind of looked around, not too heavily, but I was like, I can't really find my E6000. And I have a Dollar Tree, like, just up this block here, so I just went over there really quickly because I know they have crazy glue there. Crazy glue to me is the most generic of what these kinds of glues. They did have this kind, they had it, this brand, and also just the regular kind of gel, which would be like this, right? The crazy glue, sorry, I don't mean gel, I read the word gel there. But this stuff is so watery and I really don't like using it because it gets all over. I don't know, anytime I've ever used it, I get it on my fingers and it drives me nuts. So I thought, you know what, let's try this one, super glue gel. Again, it does tell you kind of what they're made of. Like this one says cyanoacrylate. So I was trying to see if anything said ABS like this says on the packaging, but I mean, it's just glue. Honestly, I would prefer Gorilla Glue. I would prefer E6000. Where do I want to stick this guy on? And also, where is it? Oh, I left it on here. I'm just thinking, as it comes around, it's going to hit here, and that's when it's going to tell me round 1. And in my mind, I think once this comes around, and that is round 1, I'll just know that I'm getting here. It's coming, the black, you know, this guy's approaching, and I think that's okay. So I think where I have it placed is probably good. I'm not saying that finishes round 1. It's just, you know, obviously round 1 or the second or the third or whatever kind of finishes up where we know when it passes here, right? And I want to know ahead of time when it's getting close to that, because as it comes through, maybe I'm going to change colors, so then I'm going to drop it off and add a new one at this juncture, right? So when it comes around, I want it to hit there. So I'm trying to plan, where am I going to put this thing? I'm just turning it backwards, guys. Just to kind of have an idea. So if it hits here and it says, you know, round 1, boop, and then this guy's showing up, I feel like that's, I don't know if that's soon enough to let me know if I get here, you better watch out, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely needs to be around here or even before it. Like if you wanted to hit here, so as you come around, it already boom, went to round 2 or 3 or whatever, and as you're coming around, you're like, oh, okay, this guy's approaching, and that's actually the end of the round. Right? So wherever you think you should put this, I feel like maybe I should put it a couple ahead. So it, not there. Well, yeah, because if it was over here, it comes around. Sorry. Can you see? Okay. Let's get in. If it was out here, this guy's coming around, this guy's here, it hits, it changes over, right? Well, it didn't change over that. There goes 4. And as I come over here, this guy's showing up, and now I know I can change off my color, and that was round 4. So something to think about, you know, how you want to plan this out. I do like where it is. I think that's good. It's just a couple ahead of this actually showing up. Maybe even the third one. Let's put it here. That way I don't miss it, and I know I'm getting prepared for this guy to pop up and for me to do my color change. So I'm going to put it here. This is actually number 4, okay? Just because as I turn the handle, this gets there first, and then this one comes right behind it. We'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So I think it has a little something to think about, and it's just your preference at that point. Hope I'm explaining that well. Okay. I'll probably never use this glue again, so that's why I wanted these little bottles. Obviously it's there, it's fine. We're gonna close this guy up so it punctures that little silver thing there, and it unscrews in the opposite direction. Again, I got these at the Dollar Tree. So I want it here, don't forget. So I'm gonna put glue, and again, this shouldn't just get everywhere, and it seems pretty good, right? Look at that, it's like a little gel. Perfect, because the other stuff, I'm telling you, it just gets so runny. Okay, and I said I want to pop it on number 4. So again, those little areas are just going to pop on here, and I'm just getting it, it still touched my fingers. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you this stuff. I'm pushing it against there and trying to keep it nice and set up. Still got on my fingers a little bit, that weird feeling it gives you. Generally you clean it off and stuff, because then, you know, you're gonna stick this together. Let me see if I have something that can help me clean up some of this excess glue. A little bit squeezed out on the side, and it's still wet because it hasn't actually bonded anything. So I'm just going to wipe that somewhere. There we go. And did any come out on this side? I can't really tell, but I do want that gone. Okay. 10 to 60 seconds it says, so hopefully you can see I just placed it on there, and again pushed it as close as I could to, you know, this plastic. So sitting on there nicely, close as it can go. And let's see. So this thing fell asleep already. And the handle's over here, guys. I'm sorry, my camera can only do so much, but I wanted to close up on this part of it than the handle, right? So the guy's here. It already had gone. I'm just gonna move. I'm just turning the handle, and that big old thing is coming around. Oh my goodness. That gel is still wet because it's just in the air, okay? And as it comes around, I wanted to show you how this is asleep. It should just turn it back on. There it goes, 4, and it went to round 5. Remember, it was on 4 before. So it does remember where you're at, and it's great because in case you have to take a break or whatever, there goes round 6, and now that is round 6 when it marks it, but for me, round 6 is actually here when this guy shows up here, and that way I have a little bit of warning that if I want to be careful at this point because I need to slow down so I can do my color change or pattern or whatever it is that you're doing. And then you can reset. Not inexpensive, I believe it was about 20 bucks, so, you know, something to think about. I will link the specific link that I ordered from, like I said, on Amazon. But yeah, I mean, it looks great. So let's pretend we're working, we're going, round 1. Oh, you know, there it is. And I'm just doing some waste yarn. There goes 2, and it's doing it. So, let me try to hold this steady for you guys. Sorry, it's up on its 3. I really like this, and I might even get this for my purple machine. His counter's kind of wonky, and I do have an extra one that came in a kit that I didn't mean to buy. I meant to get one of these guys, and it was like a replacement of the ones that already has a counter, which I didn't realize. But it was kind of wonky itself. Just being in my hand, if I turned it, it would like do all these weird things. So maybe I'll pick one up for my purple machine. So I'm happy with it. So far, so good. Yeah, and then if it's dim or not, you know, basically not turning on, you want to change out the battery. And that's as easy as unscrewing that, and it just comes off. I can kind of see that it's like a little lid like this. It opens up right here, and that's where it hooks in. So once you open this up, you're just going to slide that off, and you can replace the battery and then place it back. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.